And one of the things that happened yesterday was Coinbase. For those of you who've ever used cryptocurrency, you tend to use Coinbase, which is the vendor. Am I right in saying this? The vendor, the bit of software that makes sense to you, so you can invest and see what comes back. It went on the stock market, and it was a landmark moment for cryptocurrency, and it devalued it instantly at 86 billion. 86 billion. So we got another little clip. It's only a short clip. Play the clip.
We are thrilled to be able to introduce crypto to the world. This was a wonderful inflection point, not only for Coinbase, but for the industry, to provide the transparency into the crypto economy and to introduce crypto to hopefully millions of new users around the world.
Do you see yourselves as that bridge between traditional finance, traditional investing, and a brewing excitement and growth, I think, in interest in the crypto world?
We definitely view ourselves as the on-ramp to the crypto economy and providing education to millions of users with the ability for them to learn and then engage with crypto, whether they're buying, selling, and now increasingly spending and earning and receiving and borrowing and lending and using crypto in new and exciting ways. So yes, we do consider ourselves that bridge between fiat and crypto, and we're excited for this continued evolution of bringing people into the crypto economy.
And there we go. So your thoughts now. I mean, to me, I've always been skeptical in the sense of my son invested in some coin which apparently wasn't going to be a coin, then it is going to be a coin, and he put, I don't know, £5 into it, and now it's worth $10. It was worth 5 pence a few weeks ago. Where do you think the Bitcoin will actually land up, and where will it be? What will the value of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency? And do you think, honestly think, I know you're swayed to perhaps you're the wrong person to ask, but they talk of PayPal. There's talk of all sorts.
Well, that's already happened. That was the
Turkey's using it more so than lira.
Now, there is a reason why it's nearly 60,000. Now, it reached the 50,000, and that was seemed important, but everyone was expecting it to go back down to 10, 15, 20, and it's not. And the reason why, the other times it's got as high as 20, collapsed down to 10, got up to 15, collapsed down to 8. And it's very volatile. People were worried, and at the time you could pay 10 grand for a Bitcoin, and within 4 days it's worth 5 grand. And people were finding that volatility really difficult and scary. But it's not there now. And the difference is that Elon Musk bought a hell of a lot. I mean, he bought billions of Bitcoin, and that was what started this big push up. Then there was the release of the news that PayPal have accepted it. PayPal are now in the early stages of putting their system onto Bitcoin. I don't think they're going to take any of the more exotic stuff. They're only going to start with Bitcoin, but they may go to Litecoin and a few others, and Ether coin. But later on this year, you will be able to buy something off eBay and you can just send some Bitcoin and it'll be converted and they'll take the little commission and that's it. Then this was the icing on the cake, this. I mean, this is the biggest exchange that everybody uses, Coinbase, and there are a lot of these exchanges where you can just go on there and you sell a cryptocurrency for another one. But what the difference between Coinbase and all of the other ones, like there's one Poloniex, which I would warn you off going on ever, because it's just dishonest. They rip you off and they literally do steal the client's money. That they're so dodgy, some of these, because there's no regulation, there's no financial services looking into them. So what the difference is with Coinbase is it's the only exchange that will swap it to cash.
Right.
So without Coinbase, you're actually really struggling. And if you go on there's one called Binance, you go on Poloniex, you go off all them, you can swap Bitcoin for other cryptocurrencies. Yep. You can swap it for a US dollar coin called Tether that represents it, but that doesn't get money in your bank account. If you send £1 million worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase, they will sell it for dollars or euros, and you can deposit that directly into your bank account. They are the end game. They are how you turn it into cash.
Mike, I'm with TSB.
Yeah.
When do you think that TSB
not long
will take Bitcoin?
Not long
Really?
at all. No, I think that within 2 years from now, most banks will take deposits in Bitcoin and maybe Litecoin and Ether. Those are going to be the three. I don't think they're ever going to take these exotic ones. These ones like Tezo and all them.
What will happen to them?
They will still be swapped. I know it sounds crazy, but they don't have to become cash, because as long as they can be sold for Bitcoin, you can then sell the Bitcoin and bank it. As long as there's a way, there has to be a way of crystallizing that money into real money that can be spent, and that's it. But here's the thing: when PayPal actually take it, you can go into a shop with your app on your phone, and you can pay. And that's the moment when it doesn't need to be converted into euros or pounds or dollars.
And obviously major people like eBay use.
Well, I understand why people were scared, because it sounds odd, doesn't it? And it must look crazy when you first encountered me mining this stuff with all this equipment. Yeah.
We'll say no more about that. That never happened. We'll edit this bit, shall we?
It's a secret.
It's
a secret room.
Thank you for watching. I'm impressed. You've passed the IQ test and got this far, so let's press that button to do the last thing that helps us. It's got subscribe on it, you can't miss it, and please ring the bell for notifications of future videos.